So, heart opener, focused class, and we're gonna start seated.
So cute.
What's cute?
Your
The one piece. Oh. Hey, Emily.
Hi.
So we're gonna get started on our seats today. If you want to sit on a block, always an option if that feels better for you. But we'll just start with some guided breath. And we're gonna try, one word for it is called bellows breath, but another word is Bastrika. And I'll coach you guys through it, but first we'll take a couple big deep breaths together. So you can close your eyes, bring your palms down firmly on your knees. Take a big inhale through the nose. Hold it at the top. And then exhale, sigh it out. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. One more time. Big inhale. Hold at the top. Exhale. If your eyes were closed, you can blink them open. And to start, you're going to make fists with your hands and bring your fists to your shoulders. On the inhale, your arms will rise above your head. Exhale, you'll pull them down like you're on like the lap pull down machine, and we'll continue for 15 breaths. So inhale, continue. And rest. Bring your knuckles together, like in between your legs, and then open the palms and wrap the fingers around your thumbs as you make two fists. The knuckles will touch together. Take a big inhale here. Hold at the top. Exhale. Your hands can come either to your calves or maybe to the ground. You'll take one big inhale. We're going to push all the air out. So inhale. Exhale, expel everything out. Empty out everything in the lungs. Release, inhale. Exhale. Your next inhale, the fists will come back to the shoulders. We'll do it a couple more times. Big inhale. Exhale, you pull down, continue. And rest. Again, you'll bring the knuckles to touch right in between your legs. Open up the fingers and you'll wrap the fingers around your thumbs to make fists. Take a big inhale here. We'll hold it at the top. And maybe this time you take another sip in. Exhale, sigh everything out. Your hands can come to the ground or to your shins. Take a big inhale. And you're going to push everything out of the lungs on the exhale. One more breath out. Inhale, release. Big exhale. Should be feeling good. We have our last time here. Hands will come to the shoulders. We'll inhale. Exhale, continue. And rest. Last time, knuckles will connect at the center of the navel, in between the legs. You can wrap your fingers around your thumbs. Big inhale here. Hold at the top. Maybe you take one sip in. Exhale, release. Hands can come to the ground or to your shins. Big inhale. Biggest exhale of the day. Everything pushes out of the lungs. One more exhale. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, release. Exhale. That's one of my favorite breathing exercises, so you can rewatch this later when I post it. You can do that, wake you up in the morning. Next, if you guys have a strap, I can coach you through this with the strap, or if not, I'm not going to use a strap for today. So bring your hands to your heart center, palms flat, and then you'll interlace your fingers, and then switch the interlace so your non-dominant hand is, closer to you. Push them out and away from you so your palms are facing towards me. And then the fingers will push up so the palms are facing the ceiling. Big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. And then you'll exhale, start to twist to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, that left arm comes down, right arm reaches up and over, take a side bend. And then you'll start to tilt the right chest up towards the ceiling. Maybe you straighten into that bottom arm. It's like a gentle side back bend here. Just start to open everything up. Inhale, come back, take your regular side bend, bend into that left arm. Right arm reaches a little closer to maybe the wall that's next to you. And then inhale, come back up to center. Left arm meets the right, and then the right arm will release down to the ground. Left arm reaches up and over. Take your side bend. Inhale. You'll take that side bend starting to face upwards a little bit, like where the ceiling and the wall meet. Maybe you push into that bottom arm. Start to open up. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, come back to your side bend. And then you'll inhale back up through center. Exhale, come back. Hands to heart center. Bring the wrists, you'll bring the fingers down to the ground in front of you, and then you'll flip them so the pinkies are close to one another, thumbs are pointing out, and then we'll just take a gentle wrist stretch here. So only like 3/4 of my first knuckle are on the ground here. One more breath. And on your exhale, you can gently back out of it. We can roll over onto our hands and knees, find our tabletop position. And in your tabletop position, just make sure your elbows are stacked directly in between your shoulders and your wrists, and your knees and your hips are right on top of one another. Inhale, belly drops, you look forward. Exhale, push the spine up towards the ceiling, but lean back so you take the weight out of your wrists. We'll try that a couple more times. Inhale, belly drops, you look forward. Exhale, push round, but lean back so your legs take the weight here. Inhale. Belly drops, you look forward. Exhale, push round. And then you'll find your neutral spine, tuck your toes, and you'll press back to your down dog. Nice. You can start to pedal out your dog. Maybe you press into the left hand, bend the left leg, and that right leg straightens into the ground. And then you switch. You bend into the right leg, left leg straightens. Heel might come maybe a centimeter or two closer to the ground. Do that one more time. Press into the left hand, right heel melts. And then you'll press into the left hand, the right hand, the left heel melts. Nice. Find your even down dog. Weight is distributed into both your hands and both your feet. And then you'll widen the feet to the outer edges of the mat. And you'll look at your hands and you'll walk them like 1.5 feet closer to your toes. So you're in a shortened down dog and your knees are pretty bent here. You'll pick up your left hand, maybe wave your fingers so you know it's your left hand. And then you'll reach underneath that right arm and maybe you grab the outside of your right shin or your right heel, wherever is accessible for you. If you're only at your right toes, that's also super comfortable and just like very gentle and luxurious. Take a big inhale and you'll exhale as you push into that right hand. Use your fingers to help support you. You'll bend into that left knee. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, that right hand reaches underneath, grabs the outside of the left heel or the shin as you push into that left hand to take your little twisty down dog. Big inhale, maybe you look a little bit further underneath that left arm, and as you exhale, you'll bend into that right knee. Big inhale. Exhale, you'll straighten, find your down dog, walk your hands back out, and your feet will come together. From this narrow down dog, inhale, you'll raise the heels, you're up on your toes. Exhale, lower the heels down. 3 more times like that. Inhale, heels rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Last time here, inhale. Squeeze the calves at the top. Exhale, heels lower down. You'll bend the knees and you'll look forward. We'll take some short steps to the top of the mat so the feet come to meet the hands. And then keep the knees a little bit bent here. And maybe you kind of reach down so that your belly rests on the tops of your thighs. Bring your hands to the tops of your shoulders where you can find the meaty part of your neck and just start to rub your neck out a little bit. Massage any tension out as we prepare for, honestly, one of my favorite, I love heart openers, and I think you guys will love this class. Hands can come to the mat or wherever they fall. As you inhale, take a halfway lift. Crown of the head grows long. Exhale, fold down. Keep the knees bent, and then you'll super bend your knees. Prepare to roll up. 1 vertebrae at a time. Head is the last thing. Your arms will rise. And then your hands will come to heart center. Nice. Bring your feet together at the top of the mat. And we're ready to flow. Inhale your arms high. Exhale, dive the body down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, your hands plant. Right leg steps back, low lunge. Your arms rise. Left hand comes to your hip. That right arm is still up in the air. Reach up, 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 up through those fingers. Maybe you can feel the slight back bend. And then your hands will come down, surround the front foot. Tuck the back toes, step back and lower to your low push-up. Inhale, forward facing dog. Exhale, push back to your down dog. Inhale that right leg high. And then you pull it in knee to nose. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. You'll step on it, left knee gently touches down. You're in your low lunge. Arms rise here. Big inhale. Get long through the side body. Exhale, the hands come down, and you'll step to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Bend the knees, you'll roll up. Arms come high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, dive the body down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant. That left leg steps back. Left knee touches down. Arms rise up. Your right hand will come to the hip. Left arm is high. Reach up, 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 up. Get long through the side body, and maybe you feel a little bit of a back bend in your deep low back. Exhale, the hands plant. Step back and lower to your low push-up. Inhale, forward facing dog. Exhale, push back to your down dog. Inhale, that left leg high. And then you'll pull it in, knee to nose. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. And step on it. Right knee gently touches down. Your arms rise. Get long in the side body. And then as you exhale, hands plant. Step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Bend the knees, and you'll slowly roll up. Head's the last thing. Your arms rise. And then your hands will come to heart center. We have 2 more variations. I might cut one out. We have to see. But we're just on this journey together. Inhale, your arms high. Exhale, dive the body down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant. Step back with that right leg. Right knee touches down. Your arms rise. Exhale, surround the front foot, and you'll step back to your twisted down dog. So that left leg crosses in front of the right. From here, you'll shift forward to your high push-up. Either stay here, you can stay on your knees in a modified plank, or you can do 3 push-ups. Ready, go. 3, 2, 1. On your last one, push back to your down dog. Good job. Inhale, that right leg high. Listen carefully. Pull it in, knee to nose. And then you're going to step on it. Come to your tented fingertips. You're in your runner's lunge. And that left leg is going to move out maybe an inch or 2 towards the left side of your mat. Get strong through your legs, and we're going to rise up into your high lunge. Nice. From here, we'll lower down so the fingertips graze the mat. Hover the back knee, and then we'll rise up for our wave lunge. We have 4 more. Inhale, rise. 3 more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. 2 more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. We have our last one. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Your hands will come down, surround the front foot, and maybe kind of rock back and forth so you can feel the weight distribution change between your feet. You'll step that back foot to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Bend the knees, you'll roll up to stand. Your arms will come high. And then bring your hands to heart center. Other side. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, dive the body down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, your hands will plant. Left leg steps back this time. Left knee touches down. Arms rise. Pull the navel towards the spine. And then as you exhale, hands surround the front foot. You step back to your twisted down dog. Right leg crosses in front of the left. From here, shift forward to your high plank. You know your options. You can stay here, come to your knees, or take your push-ups. Go for 3, 2, 1. Good job. Push back to your down dog. And then you'll inhale that left leg high. Listen again. Pull it in, knee to nose. And then you'll step on it. Come to your runner's lunge, tented fingertips. Good job. That right leg will move a little bit closer to the right side of the mat for stability. And then you'll get strong through your legs, ground through the feet. Rise up to your high lunge. Arms come high. Inhale, and then you'll exhale, gently lower down. The fingers graze the mat. Inhale, rise. Lower. And rise. We have 3 more. Lower down. And rise. You're moving like the waves of the ocean. Lower down. And rise. Last one. Lower down. Rise up. Nice job. Hands surround the front foot. And then same thing. Kind of feel the weight distribution between your front and back foot. Then you'll step that right foot to meet the left. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Fold down. Bend the knees. You'll slowly roll up. And you'll come up to stand. Arms rise. And then your hands will come to heart center. We're going to move to 3 variations of Sun A. But we're going to interrupt them all with, it's like a back bend and then a pec opener. The first one is going to be your pec major. Second one's going to be pec minor. So if you need a quick sip of water, you could take one now. If not, let's get to it. So from the top of the mat, feet come together. You'll inhale, your arms high. Exhale, dive the body down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant. You'll step back to your high push-up. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Belly will come to the mat. Untuck the toes. So your toenails are pressing firmly into the mat. And then your hands will be at the sides of your ribs. Roll the shoulders like up into your ears and then push them down so the shoulder blades melt down the spine. Firm the quads, and then you'll think of melting the center of your palm into the mat, and your elbows are trying to touch behind your back. You get long through the crown of the spine. Don't think of going up, think of going out and up as you take your baby cobra. Nice. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Your right cheek can come to the mat. Maybe you just wiggle your hips out a little bit. And then you'll prop up on your elbows. So we'll do it with the left arm first. Your left arm will come out directly out to the side of you. And then you'll raise it above your shoulder height, maybe like 6 inches to a foot above your shoulder height. So when you look up at your fingers, you want to think that you're reaching underneath your bed for something, like your foam roller or a pen. And then you keep reaching. And then your right fingertips are gently on the ground, and you start to twist the body. So maybe you roll onto the hips, and maybe the knees curl up into the chest for a really glorious pec stretch. You're looking over to the right, and we're taking a few breaths here. Inhale. As you exhale, gently release. The knees will come back down. The hips will melt into the ground. You can kind of shimmy the shoulders. And then I'm going to move a little bit over on my mat so you guys can maybe see. My right arm will reach out and to the left. Sorry, out and to the right. And as I start to reach, making sure that the arm is above my shoulder height to protect the shoulder. Left fingertips tent on the ground, and then you just start to maybe move your hips a little bit over towards the side of the mat. The knees might curl up into the chest. You start to push gently into those left fingertips as we're still reaching under that bed. You guys should feel this like where your bra strap meets the cup of your bra, or like where the tank top starts to meet your armpit. One more breath, big inhale. And then exhale, you'll gently release. Everything comes back to the center. Your hands will come surround the ribs like we were in baby cobra, and you'll push into your tabletop. From tabletop, tuck the toes, you'll push back to your down dog. Hold it here for 3 breaths. Big inhale. Exhale. 2. 1. Next, inhale, come up on your toes, bend the knees. Maybe you hop, step, or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Bend the knees, you'll slowly roll up. Your arms will come high. And then your hands will come to heart center. Inhale, your arms high. Exhale, dive the body down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant. You'll step back to that high push-up again. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Your belly comes to the mat. And then you'll untuck the toes one more time. This time, we're thinking of the hip bones melting into the ground. And the navel will rise as you guys start to roll the shoulders back, push into the tops of the feet, and you get long through the crown of the head. Your hands, maybe they float right by the ribs, and maybe you start to lift the toes because you're getting so long, they have nowhere else to go but up and out. Take one more inhale, maybe you get a little bit longer. Last inhale. Exhale, release everything. Wiggle the hips out. We'll do that one more time. So from our laying down position on our bellies, the hands are at the ribs this time. If you want to take them down so they're flat, your palms are flat next to your hips, that's another variation you guys can take. Inhale, the shoulders shrug up into the ears, and then you'll melt them down the spine. Remember to push into the hip bones. We're thinking of getting long, one string, pulling from the tips of the toes all the way through the crown of the head. Big inhale. Exhale, you'll lift up. Squeeze a paper between the shoulder blades, and you get long through the crown of the head. Maybe your gaze is like 6 to 10 inches towards the front of the mat. Inner thighs spin up for 3, 2, 1, lower down. Good job. Wiggle the hips out. And then again, you'll prop yourselves up onto your elbows. So the first stretch we did after our baby cobra was for our pec major, and this one's going to be for our pec minor. This one is very intense. So your left arm will goalpost, and it'll come, first bring it to your shoulder height, and then bring it a couple inches above your shoulder height. From here, your right fingertips will tent on the mat next to you, and then I want you to, from both hips are even right now, pick the hips up and move them towards the right side of your mat, so they're closer to your tented fingertips. And then you're literally very gently just going to press into those right fingertips. You should feel this stretch more on where your shoulder meets your chest. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Maybe that top knee lifts a little bit. Try it out. If you don't love it, bring it right back down on top of that bottom knee. Last inhale here. Exhale, release everything, come back to center. And we'll do it on the other side. So again, goal post that right arm, and you'll bring it so it's shoulder height, and then you'll move it a couple inches up and out away from the body. So your elbow is above your shoulder. Left fingertips 10, and then while everything is flat on the ground, you're not tilted yet onto one hip, pick your hips up and move them towards those left fingertips. And then you'll start to roll onto that left hip, maybe press into that, or your right hip, you press into that left hand, and you find your pec minor stretch here. Big inhale. Exhale. Your next inhale, maybe that top knee lifts a little bit. And if you don't love it, you can just bring it right back down. That really intensifies the stretch for you guys. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Everything comes down. Maybe you shake your hips out one more time. Give your shoulders a little shimmy. And then you'll push up through tabletop and tuck the toes to find your down dog. Big inhale. Exhale. One more inhale here. Exhale. Come up on the toes, and you'll bend the knees, look forward. Maybe you float to the top of the mat this time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Bend the knees, and you'll roll all the way up to stand. Your arms come high. Exhale, hands come to heart center. We have one more variation. Inhale, your arms high. Exhale, dive the body down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant. You'll step back. Last time coming to this high push-up in this series. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down to the belly. Nice. Untuck the toes. Okay. This is the culmination of those 2 back bends that we just did. And if you don't love these bow variations, feel free to take baby cobra or locust as you please. So, elbows will come in front of you like we're kind of chilling at the beach. And we'll tip onto our right elbow and our right hip. That left thumb and left arm will extend. Your thumb's facing up to keep the shoulder open. So my teacher, David Vendetti, always says it's like a hitchhiker arm, and it's super important to remember that because it really protects your shoulder here. Kick your left foot into your butt, and ideally you grab the inside of your left foot, and maybe you just hold it there for a little. You can kick into that hand. So my left thumb is on my left big toe pad. Nice. We'll just do one at a time for now. So press into your hand with your foot. You should feel the front of your thigh activate here. Exhale, release. You'll come back to your beach chillin' position. Maybe swish your legs out a little bit, and then with that right hand, hitchhiker thumb, shoulders open, you'll kick that right leg into your butt, and you'll reach back with your right hand. So your right thumb is on the inside of your right foot. It's on the, for me, it's on my big toe pad. And then you can play around. You can either pull the foot closer into your butt, or you can kick into the hand that your foot is being held by. Hold it for 2 more breaths. On the exhale, you release what you have. Now, if you want to just take one side at a time again, you can. If you want to try to get both at the same time, I will talk you guys through it. And if we topple over and capsize, that's okay. So, elbows are in the ground. We'll lean a little bit onto that right side one more time. We'll start with the left. Shoulders open, that left thumb is facing up. You'll kick the left foot into your hand, and firmly you have it. Now, we'll tip over onto that left heel a little bit. Right leg kicks into your butt. Your right arm reaches behind you with the shoulder up. You have both of your feet. Now start to, if you can and it feels good, walk down so you're maybe holding onto your ankles. It's a little bit more safe for you. You'll roll the shoulders back once more like we did in baby cobra and in locust. We're squeezing a piece of paper together, and maybe you start to kick your feet into your hands and you elevate a little bit. Your gaze is still a foot in front of you. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, the hip bones are pressing into the mat. Big inhale. Exhale. Last inhale. Exhale, gently lower everything down. Maybe make your pillow with your hands. And you can rest your right cheek on, your hands are directly on the mat. Your feet will come up like in that beach position, and then just start to windshield wiper to loosen the hips out. Good job, guys. Your next big breath, your hands can come to your low ribs again, and you'll push into your tabletop. Tuck the toes, and you'll push back to your down dog. From down dog, maybe you pedal the feet out a little bit. And when you're ready, we'll inhale and raise that right leg. You'll pull it in, knee to nose, and then you'll lift it one more time. Inhale. Cross the body, your right knee to left elbow. Inhale, right leg rises. Right knee to right elbow, hold it here. Attach your knee to your elbow, you'll slide it down so that it meets your wrist. And then you'll find your pigeon pose here. So for pigeon today, if you want to have a block like on the inside here, so it's supporting your, for me it's supporting my pelvis. I have like a little bit of a sway back, so this always feels really supportive. And I sometimes put a block underneath my hip. So if you like that, it is being offered to you today. Take a big inhale wherever you are, and then exhale. Inhale, and then I'd like for you guys to flip your yoga mat so you have some extra padding here. And if you have a prop, you have a block, option to use that, or you can get stable on your front leg, on your inner thigh. And what we're gonna do is kick the left leg that's behind you into your left hand. Your right hand can be on the ground to find stability here. And if you want to pull it in for a quad stretch, that feels really nice. And if you want to kick it into your hand, you'll feel that at the front of your hip. One more breath here. And then exhale, you'll gently release what you have. Move any props out of the way. You can step back to your down dog. Maybe you make a little figure eight with your hips. And then when you're ready, your left leg will rise. Pull it in, knee to nose. Left leg rises. And then you'll cross the body to your right elbow. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, it comes to your left elbow. Attach it to your left elbow. And you'll slide it down till it meets your wrist. You'll find pigeon with your left leg in front. This side is much tighter for me. Take a big inhale wherever you are. And then exhale. Again, I'd like for you guys to flip the mat if you can, to give yourself some extra padding underneath that right knee that's behind you. And we'll take that quad stretch one more time. So that right hand will reach back, right leg will kick into your butt, and you can either push into the hand or you can pull the foot in towards the hip that it came from for a deeper quad stretch. We'll hold it here for 2. And 1. Gently release what you have. Move any props out of the way. And you can step back to your down dog. From here, we'll flow through a quick vinyasa. So we'll shift forward to your high push-up. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale, forward facing dog. And then exhale, push back to your down dog. You'll look forward, bend the knees, hop, step, or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. And then you'll bend the knees and roll all the way up to stand. Your arms come high. Exhale, hands to heart center. This is our peak pose. So, we did multiple variations of dancer on our bellies, just now in pigeon. And now we're going to do it standing. If you have a strap and you want to use it to grab your foot, it's always there for you. I'm going to use my fingers. So first we'll find even feet. So just really ground into your feet here. And maybe you make some hip circles. And let your body catch you. If you start to go over and you lose your balance, let your feet catch you, let your ankles catch you. You don't ever want to be locked out. So, we'll ground into that right foot. That left foot will kick back into our butt. Again, open shoulder, that left thumb is reaching up towards the sky. And you connect the left thumb to the inside of the left big toe mound. Maybe this is where you stay today. But, since we're doing heart openers and we're already super warm, let's see if maybe you can start to push your foot into that hand, keeping a generous bend in your right knee. And you extend and find your dancer pose. You'll hold it wherever you are for 3, 2, 1. Gently release. If you have to step down, you can. And then you'll pull that right leg back into, your left leg back into your chest for a little reverse stretch. And then you'll make it your knee and your hip in a straight line so your thigh is parallel to the ground. And if you want to take your standing twist with a bent knee today, that's there for you. And if you want to extend, maybe your hand moves from your knee, your outer thigh, down to your shin. And then maybe it moves to the outside of your right foot. And you can reach back behind you with that left hand as the right arm helps your foot extend. Right leg is bent here. Hold it for 3, 2, 1, bring it back in, hug the knee into the chest, and then you'll step on it, shake out your standing leg. That right leg is tired. And then we'll repeat it on the other side. So we'll ground through that left leg, and we'll make our hitchhiker arm with our right arm. Kick the right leg into your butt, and then you'll grab on so that your right thumb is on the inside of your right toe pad. And if you want to stay here today, that's totally fine. And if you want to see if you can extend, maybe you kick further into your right leg. And everything is coming together here in a perfect moment of cohesion. We're opening through our chest, extending through our backs, using the strength of our legs. We have one more breath. Big inhale. Exhale, gently release. You can pull the knee into the chest. And then we'll find our standing twist. So You'll adjust your leg a little bit further down from where it was so that your knee and your hip are in one straight line and your right thigh is parallel to the ground. Your right hand will come to the outside of your hip. Maybe you take that gentle twist. And then maybe you unfurl with that right arm reaching behind you. And you can grab the right foot with your left hand, if that feels good, as you extend. Wherever you are, you'll hold it for 3, 2, 1. Gently release. You'll pull the knee back into the chest and gently place it down. Shake out that standing leg. Shake them both out. And then we'll just sit down. So, with the feet planted firmly on the ground, knees are facing up, you'll roll down. And then the knees will come up above the hips. Hands will come behind the head. For some lengthening and strengthening of your abdominal muscles. So we'll elevate the shoulders, we'll cradle the head in our hands as we lift the upper body for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Extend the legs up a little bit and we'll do reverse crunches. So the hips will lift as you try and put your footprint on the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, these are slow, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to your 90 degrees. That left elbow will cross the outside of the right thigh for 10. Switch. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in the center. And then you'll make frog legs so that the soles of your feet are touching together and your elbows will come in between the thighs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, we're almost there, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it for 5, 4, 3, you're so strong, 2, 1, release everything down to the ground. Hug the knees into the chest. And maybe you take some knee circles away from one another. And then they circle in towards one another. And then extend actually the legs all the way out and the arms will reach up long. Take like a good morning stretch. Big inhale, and then think of someone pulling on either end of your body, your arms and your legs. And then you'll make a little semicircle with your arms and legs over to the left. So your body's like a crescent moon. And then you'll take that same crescent moon shape over to the right. Inhale, the legs will come back so the feet are flat, the knees are pointing up. Bring your hands to your hips and lift them up a little bit. Pull the pelvis down so your low back is flat on the ground. We'll take a couple variations of bridge today and then I'll send you on your way. So from your bridge prep position, roll the shoulders underneath you and then think of the hips lifting and you're kicking the heels while they're flat on the ground towards your shoulders. Knees get long and as the hips rise, you knit the front ribs together. Big inhale. See how much of your chest you can get over your face. Exhale. One more inhale here. Exhale, gently lower everything down. Your hands can come into prayer on top of your forehead. Maybe you gently windshield wiper your legs. Next, bridge. You guys can take bridge one more time, or if you want, you can take wheel if that's in your practice. So for bridge, you'll roll the shoulders underneath you, firmly plant the feet, and you'll press into the ground as the hips rise. The chest will move further up and over the face as the knees try and move over the toes. So your back is just super, super long here. And if you want to take wheel, you can lower down from that bridge. Your arms will reach up and over. So the fingertips are by your ears. You'll walk your feet maybe a little bit closer to you. And then you'll push into the hands on a big exhale as you use the strength of the arms to push you up into your back bend. Wherever you are, you have 2 more breaths. Gently lower down. Your hands can come into prayer on your forehead as you slowly windshield wiper your legs. And then when you're ready, you can hug the knees into the chest. We'll take a gentle figure 4 here. So the left leg will cross over the right thigh, and your hands can either be placed on the outsides of your thighs for just like a gentle hug, or you can thread the hands through so they're hugging the right thigh. Maybe you pull that leg a little bit closer, just being mindful of that left knee. And then from here, you'll actually just topple over onto the side so that left foot is stamped directly onto the ground, and we're in our supine twist. So the right knee is in its same position. The left knee is facing up towards the ceiling. Big inhale. Exhale. Your next inhale, you'll come back, find your figure 4, and then you'll swap legs. So that right leg will cross over the left thigh bone. Maybe you hug the outsides of both your thighs, or your hands can thread through the 4 and you hug that left thigh. And then from here, you'll roll over onto that left hip. The right foot will plant down on the ground as you find a variation of your supine twist. You can look off over that right shoulder. That feels good. Two more breaths here. When you're ready, you'll come back up through your figure 4, hug the knees into the chest, and then you'll extend the legs long, taking up space on your mat. Once more, I'd like you to take your hands to your hips and pick up the pelvis, lengthen it down the mat to lengthen your low back. Roll the shoulders underneath you so the palms are facing open towards the sky. We'll take 1 or 2 big inhales and exhales together. Inhale. Exhale, side out. Inhale. Exhale, side out. Start to release any tension in your face, in your neck, maybe in your hands. As your bones get heavy into the mat and your muscles soften. When you're ready, you can start to lengthen your inhales and exhales. And if you want to stay and take a nap, that's totally fine too. Maybe you start to introduce some movement back to your fingers, back to your toes. Your next big inhale, you'll prepare for movement. And as you exhale, you'll roll onto one side using your arm as a pillow. Next inhale, prepare for movement again. Exhale, you'll push through your arms to find yourself up at your easy seat. Your hands can come flat across your chest, your eyes can stay closed or maybe fixed on a point or an object. We'll close with 3 big breaths. Inhale together. Exhale. Inhale. Last big inhale. Hold it at the top. And you'll exhale, side out. Thank you for sharing practice with me today. Send light out and love out to someone that needs it, and especially send it to yourself. Namaste.